This session is an overview of the drugs that we are going to discuss in this course. We'll expand on this in much more detail in later weeks. As I've mentioned in previous lectures, there are about 10 classes of drugs or groups of drugs that we are going to talk about. The first one is alcohol. This is a drug with massive use in our society and worldwide, and it is a major health problem. Another group is tobacco, which of course contains nicotine, and this also causes major health problem worldwide. Another, caffeine. We don't usually consider it to be a serious addicting problem, but it is clearly something that many of us like to take. We do take it, and if we don't take it, we might get headaches and feel bad. Some say that caffeine is the most widely used psychoactive substance in the world. Psychoactive meaning in effect our minds. Marijuana show here is widely used, and it's another one of these classes of drugs. Inhalants are often solvents found in glue or something like gasoline. They are the cause of major health problems in third world countries and among children in those countries. And another group are the opioids. And because of the importance of the drugs in medicine is painkillers, many opioids of various types have been developed. In the last 15-16 years, many anti-anxiety and sedant drugs have been developed, and they are very useful and very important in medicine, but they are also addictive. The next group is the psychostimulant group, and it contains drugs like cocaine, amphetamine, and methamphetamine. The hallucinogens include PSP or phencyclin and other like LSD. Then this a catch-all group are the things that don't quite fit into these other classes, and new things that are probably on the horizon and that are being developed that we will discover to be addicting. So those are the various drugs and groups of drugs that we will be discussing throughout this course. Here we see some of the chemical structures of some of those substances. Structures for ethanol, nicotine, cocaine, and THS, which is the active ingredient or one of the active ingredients in marijuana. THC, standing for tetrahydrocannabinol, you can see at a glance that the structures vary greatly. Ethanol is a very small molecule, whereas THC is a much larger and far more complex molecule. It's interesting that even so, these different molecules have very different shapes. They can all be addicting and abused. And this is something that we will have to try and figure out. Now let's consider the side effects. The reason we're talking about these 10 classes of drugs is because they is either addicting or abused to the point where they cause a problem in our lives. But another problem with these drugs is that they have toxins or side, and the different drugs have different toxins and different side effects. If you can't stop taking the drugs, if you take them again and again, then you develop graded and graded toxins. The toxins of the drugs will be a major issue they will look at in subsequent sessions. These are examples of toxic side effects. Alcohol can cause liver disease. Marijuana decreases mental and psychical performance significantly. And I consider withdrawal from drugs and toxin side effects with ease. Note that withdrawal from alcohol, for example, can be life threatening. In it causes several of other serious problems. So not only is the addiction due to this substance a problem, but the public health people have recognized that there are various toxins associated with the substance, and these toxicities contribute significantly to the problem of drugs abuse and addiction. Please take a moment to complete the following activity. Please visit the websites that we talk about and find information about the different drugs that are abused. First, you have a special interest in one of them. It would be useful for you to research one or two, and as earning this system will be a good source for the most recent information about many aspects of drug use.